There's only 3 things you need to get started wholesaling real estate today. It's easy. It isn't simple. I want to lay out exactly what I would do if I was starting from scratch. Let's get started. I want to preset expectations. You can make $10,000 in a week. You can make $20,000 in a month. You most likely are not going to get there unless you put in the consistent work, effort, and energy to build the skills to make it happen. So the 3 things I'm going to give you today are going to help you. It's the bare bones of what you need. There's an extra one at the very end if you want to scale. So stay with me, but just know that it takes time. The first tool you're going to use is PropStream. I would go and get this signed up today. It's how you're going to comp all your properties, look up all your information on it. Most importantly, the legal description to make your purchase and sale contract valid. Story to come later on that. All right, so you're going to go to Google, type in PropStream. Once you get there, the page is going to look like this. You can use the code down in the bio. You're going to get 7 free days. It is an affiliate link, but this is genuinely one of the sites that I use every single day. I don't know what I would do without it. So support me, support yourself, use that code, and let's jump in. You're going to hit login with your information. And so you're going to have a property as an example. So let's use 430 East Keys in Springfield, Illinois. This is actually where I buy a lot of my properties. You'll copy the address, hit paste, go search, and then it brings the property up. I would push details. And then the most important thing is you're going to want to verify the name or the ownership. This is in 16 Keys. This is my personal LLC for properties that I hold. You scroll down, you have legal description, which is hands down the most important thing. And if I could get any point across, it's put your legal descriptions in your contracts. I would have, let's put it this way, I would have PropStream by itself just to get legal descriptions easily. So you can use legal descriptions. You can see the last sale date, the last sale amount. The second most popular thing that I use on here is I use comps because you want to be able to comp the property. And so this will pull up everything within like a certain mile radius and a certain square footage. This is a multifamily, so it's not going to pull up a ton of properties with it. This is actually for sale right now. If anyone wants to buy an 8 unit that's producing $6,000 a month, this is the one, $450,000. Hit me up. Another example would be a deal that I just closed. So this 53248 state route. So you would copy this address. It's 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,194 square feet. Go over here to PropStream, paste. It comes up. You can see that this is a very rural property. You don't need to get leads in super densely populated areas. The wholesale fees are a little bit less, but you can assign them. This one, let's scroll down. These were the last owners. Come over here to comps. And since it's rural, you're going to want to go to like a distance of 5 miles. And now you can see you're in between your square footage. I would actually shorten the date to be like within the last 6 months. And then you can see what's actually moving in that market. And so this one moved for $81,000. You click it. Like, okay, it's 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 1140. Sometimes you can actually search it on Google and verify that it sold for that amount. Yep, sold for $81,000. So kind of a double verification there. Scroll down. This one, 159. This is probably one of the comps we used. So 159,000, 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,000 square feet. You can tell that this just sold. 159 is a great price. I had that under contract. I want to say it like 32. We go over here. I had that property under contract at 33,000 on the 9th. We actually assigned that. I got that check like last week. If you want to see that full deal breakdown, it's my very first video actually. So go check that out. After you have this, you've comped your deal, you know what it's worth, you know what it could trade for, you're going to then use your next most important program. The second program that you need to wholesale deals anywhere is DocuSign. Number 2 out of 3. So once you find someone and you want to get it under contract, you need to be able to send out an easy document that goes back and forth. You get the email notifications when they open it, when they sign, when they hit finalize. It just eases everything out. With DocuSign, you are going to need a few things. You're going to need a blank standard purchase and sale agreement. I've got one. If you guys want it, just comment purchase and sale in the comment section. I'll get it off to you. You're also going to want an addendum and probably an assignment of contract. You can get all of these by just searching on Google, or comment down below what you need. I'll put together a little package and send it out. As you can see, I just sent out a purchase and sale agreement about 5 hours ago. I sent it out for $72. It's a wholesale. It's worth $150 in its current condition. Ideally a $10,000 assignment. We will see. Okay, so this is the most important part of the video, and that is going to be the third thing that you need. The third thing that you need in this business and any business ever is leads. I want to let it sink in. If you don't have leads, you don't have a business. If you have a lawnmower, a rider lawnmower, and you don't know how to get people to let you mow their lawn, what are you going to do? If you're a plumber, you have all the tools, you have all the necessary skills, you can do exactly what it takes. You're the best plumber of all time, but you don't know how to ask someone if they have plumbing issues or how to generate that. And so that's why they have all these other sites. They have Angie's List, Craigslist. And so generating leads is hands down, I really want to nail this home, hands down your number one priority. And so I saved it for the last because it is the best. With leads, this completes the trifecta of your entire business, and I'm going to jump into exactly how to get them. So when I first started in real estate, I was buying multifamily buildings and just buildings on the market. I was doing texting through launch control. We were actually pulling lists on PropStream, uploading a 5,000 person list that hit a certain criteria, and then just launching out 1,000 texts a day. And that's how we bought a lot of the properties that we have. We've sold most of them since then, but it worked. And so we kind of stayed with what worked. I'm very happy with what I'm doing now, and that would be PPL. There's multiple pay-per-lead providers. We have iSpeed to Lead, LeadZolo, and the one I'm going to talk about today, PropertyLeads. PropertyLeads, for the lack of a better word, is gas. There are deals moving on PropertyLeads every day, all day. It's about 1 out of 22, I believe, when I talk to the rep of nationwide. And then it goes down to maybe 1 out of 15 when you get very state specific. So to set all of that up, you're going to go to Google, go to PropertyLeads, click it, hit log in. So on PropertyLeads, actually, I have an affiliate link down below. It's right here as well. You get $250. I get $250. That's about 10 leads, almost 9 leads at the $30. That could get you a deal. And so one deal from $5,000 to $15,000 for getting free leads or a free amount of money to generate the leads is a good deal. I do believe that you have to load a certain amount of money on your account to get this. But if you are going to do it, use my link. I'll get a little notification and we'll be able to talk and go that whole route. Once you get here, you get to kind of add in the markets that you want. I have King County, Washington, Pierce County, Washington, and that's because I live out in Washington. Florida is one of my favorite places. I've kind of chilled on there a little bit. Illinois is very good. You do need a double close out there. Texas, I'm not a big fan of Harris, Texas right now. So you would just remove the filter. Florida, I'm doing Florida statewide. I was getting them at $75, so you still can. And then what I'm going to push you guys to do, if you're looking to get your first deal, you're going to come in here, add more territories. You're going to go to add national, which I can't click it because I already have it, and you're going to hit add. Once you do that, it's going to come down here. You're going to have national on. Once you have national on, you can get them at $30, but you're outbid right now. So you could leave it on overnight and get like a ton of $30 ones. Word to the wise, this is a $4,000 mistake. I left my property leads on one night and all of these were on no. And then they went to yes when everyone else got out of bidding. And so I woke up the next day with 81 leads and $4,000 spent. There's nothing you can do. So once you have the leads, you have to work them. Just word to the wise, make sure you stop it after that. You can see this week that I've already got 23 leads. Get my handy dandy calculator. So I've probably spent around $1,100. You can see on my budget up here, I spent about $5,000 in the last 2 weeks. You can absolutely get deals in PropertyLeads doing a $3,000 to $5,000 spend. I've been doing 10 to 15. I'm gonna lower that because I just started another lead source. But what this brings me to now is the bonus. If you want to grow and scale, you need a CRM. So a CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. I'm using one every single day. I use Go High Level. I'm going to run you through it super quick right now. This is my call tracking dashboard. You can see that I've made 1,370 calls in the last 31 days. 149 have been inbound. Come down to your regular dashboard. In the last 31 days, we've had $40,000 come through in potential assignments or revenue, quote unquote. This number changes quite a lot depending on what closes or if you have to renegotiate. If you come over here to conversations, this is where you can manage all the incoming conversations, and then you go into opportunities. Opportunities is kind of the main spot that I'm at every single day. When you're in the PPL opportunity, a new lead will show up right here. And then if they don't answer, I'll move them to called no answer. If they respond, they're automatically removed to responded. And then they'll go into follow-up if they're not ready to sign a contract right away. I've also got the refund column. The refund column is because PPL allows you to refund a lead if you touch it 12 times within 4 days. It's all automated for me, so once they get to the refund column, I then go to PropertyLeads.com and refund the lead. When I had the $4,000 expense, I refunded about half of them, and I think I got most of it back. The goal here is always to move them down the pipeline. I'll go to send verbal offer, hot, and then contract sent. There's no one here in contract sent because I moved them instantly to my under contract pipeline. Once in here, they'll go to needs attention. This is any sort of lead that's having title issues or they need some extra attention for me to focus on them right now. Under contract is a brand new under contract. So I got Marsha yesterday and then I got Zelinda the day before. They have yet to be assigned to a wholesale or a novation, which brings me to these columns. A wholesale or a JV wholesale, I'll end up JVing a lot of my deals. And so when I sign the actual JV agreement, I'll move them to JV wholesale. If I'm going to do a novation, which I have 3 of them right now, I'll move them to novation column. And then we move further down to actual receiving offers and offers accepted and closing. Let's get a little run through of what's going on. You're generating your leads from PropertyLeads. You're comping your leads on PropStream. You're verifying it's a good deal so you can dispo it to an end buyer. You're then sending out contracts through DocuSign. These are the 3 main things that you need. These 3, you can do deals today, tomorrow, all month. You don't need anything else. I have a purpose with this YouTube. I started it because I wanted to be the teacher that I needed 5 years ago. I was running around, going to individual houses, didn't know what I was doing. I just saw that people were making money and I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to be able to make money and I could not figure it out. I didn't know what questions to ask. And so I'm making this in case someone else is out there that was in the position I was in, where I can give you just straight what to do, actionable info, the whole 9 yards. If you have any questions about what to do or the process, or you want me to make a video on something, please comment that below. I'll do my best to do it. Finally, there is a link in the bio that if you click, there's a free toolkit that gives you the exact tools you're going to need, or at least the starter kit to get you on your way. And that's it.